Uh, Welcome you all. Welcome you all. Welcome. Before I get into this, like I want to, let me say this about politics. And I have to keep saying this because a lot of you all are too emotional to grasp contextual concepts. This is the problem with our people is that we don't understand context. So by and large, we vote almost 100% Democratic. If you look at it, it's probably about 90 something percent. I know in this last election, I think Trump got 17% of the vote from the men in our community that were eligible to vote. I think he got 6% of the vote from the women in our community that were eligible to vote. So he pretty much got 23% of the vote in our community. That means 87% of the vote went to, my bad, 77% of the vote went to Democrats this last election. Now, with the year where all of the information was out about Joe Biden exposed who he really was, everybody knew the highest it reached was 23% voting for Republican. So any other year, it's in the 90s. Any other year, it's in the 90s. So that means with all the information given to our people, with everything on the table, with nothing being hidden, our people still voted almost 80% Democratic. So when I talk about politics, I don't have to mention Republicans because we don't vote Republican and we never will. There's already enough propaganda and brainwashing to make sure that we never vote Republican. Again, the highest we voted is that 23%. And that's in a year where everything was revealed. So with the most information, we still chose the Democrats. Now, politics is corrupt and done away with anyway, but I don't have to talk about Republicans. When you all see political parties, don't look at the parties, look at the people. What type of people are Democrat versus what type of people are Republican? What type of people are Democrat versus what type of people are Republican? The people that want to do drag queen shows in front of your children, are they Republicans or Democrats? The people that want the trans in the school with the children, teaching them about sexuality and gender identity, are they Democrat or Republican? Just on a basic level. Let me ask you all a question. Have you ever seen a person from our community that was Republican and broke? Have you ever met a Republican that was black that was broke? Have you ever met a poor black Republican? The answer is no, you haven't. So clearly, there are differences between Republicans and Democrats when it comes to the people. Forget the parties. Forget the parties, because politics is politics. And I believe most of them are already sorted out anyway. So what about the people? Because the parties don't matter until it comes to the people. So it doesn't matter what Democrats or Republicans do, it matters what the people do. The people, so the parties that you see have ideologies, Democrats and Republicans, but how does that manifest in the people? What type of people are Democrats? All these folks out here protesting about I'm gonna have an abortion, I'm gonna have a child just to have an abortion. Are they Democrats or Republicans? How does this political party stuff play out in the people? What type of people vote Democrat versus what type of people vote Republican? What type of people love Kamala Harris? What type of people love Donald Trump? Those are two different types of people. What type of people love Joe Biden? You know, there are people out there that love Joe Biden by the million. They love him. What type of person is that? What type of person is that? So when I talk about Democrat or Republican, I'm not talking about the parties. I'm talking about the mind frame of the person that would vote Democrat, Republican. Have you ever met a black person that was Republican and poor? No, you haven't. That should tell you something. Most Democrats you know that are black are poor. So what's the difference between a person that's Republican and black and not being poor versus a person that is Democrat and black and being poor? What's the difference? The difference is the way they look at life, their thinking. That's what the difference is. I'm not talking about political party. I've never told you all to vote Republican or Democrat. Y'all come on my page making these straw man arguments. Both parties are bad. When you tell us, my people, that both things are bad, they stick doing the same bad thing. So when you say Republicans are the same, they'll never leave a Democratic Party. I'm going to say it again. When you tell our people that both parties are the same, they will never leave the Democratic Party. And deep down inside, I believe that many of you all want that anyway. I talked to a friend of mine. I hadn't talked to her in years. And she was talking to me about capitalism. And the funny thing is, she's a capitalist in the sense, but she's against capitalism. But guess what? That's a Democratic talking point. Capitalism is how everybody wants to function. People come to America because of the capitalism. They don't come to America because of the values and the virtues. They come to America to be a capitalist. The people that are in those countries that are socialists and communists wish they were capitalists. Now, people talk about capitalism and greed, but it's your job to know how to play the game. It's not the game's job to help you play the game. It's your job to learn how to play the game. So it's your job to, when you wake up in the morning, to not be a victim. It's your job when you wake up in the morning to not be a victim. That's your job. So whatever system is in place, it's your job to navigate through it. Everybody is fighting to come over to America for what reason? So when we talk about Democrats and Republicans, we're not talking about the actual political parties. We're talking about the mindset of the person. What type of person is Democrat? All those folks you see at the Pride Parade are Democrats. All these folks you see from my community still walking around with a mask on, still terrified of the Peter pandemic, are Democrats. Bill Maher did a show and he talked about how misinformed Democrats were on this whole Peter pandemic. He pulled up actual numbers to show that folks that voted Democrat almost had no idea about any facts about the Peter pandemic. Now, how ironic is that? What's the irony of you all telling me that they're both the same, but yet when it came to the Peter pandemic, the folks that were Democrat were clueless, and the folks that were Republican knew what was going on? This is what Bill Maher said, who is a liberal, who is a Democrat. This is what he said. He said, how are the Democrats so misinformed on this Peter pandemic? They don't know any facts. And it's because the Democrats deal with emotions. Not solutions, emotions. And I'm not telling you all about the parties. I'm telling you all about the individual. The Republican person more than likely is going to be self-accountable. The Democrat person in mind is not going to be accountable because they feel like somebody owes them something. This is the difference. Those that want to be accountable and those that don't, when it comes down to the people. Somebody said they saw Republicans wearing masks too. Well, 80% of people got the jab. So people going to be probably wearing, most people probably brainwashed on this, but we're talking about actual statistics. We're talking about the actual numbers. We're talking about actual surveys. When they were surveyed and asked questions about the Peter pandemic, the Democrats almost 80% didn't know what was going on. When it came to Republicans, it was 50%. That's a huge number. 30% of something is huge. We're talking about a country. So what I'm saying is, what I'm telling you all is, politics is really a reflection of the people. So all these people out there, they want to wear the mask, they want the mandates, they want the restrictions, they want the trans in the school teaching the children, they want all this they want the climate change, they want the social justice. I can almost guarantee those people are Democrat. There's a reason, because Democrats teach victimization. So when we get down to a personal level, you got people that want to be accountable and people that don't. And there's two different parties. And the party that appeals to the non-accountable is the Democrats. And the party that appeals to the accountable is the Republicans. So you got the liberals, you got the conservatives. And now people will tell you liberals and conservatives are the same, and that's a bold-faced lie. That's a bold-faced lie. Ain't nobody conservative saying put these trans in the school in front of my children. It's a whole bunch of liberals saying that. But I'm gonna discuss a lot of this stuff today when it comes to all this stuff. Now, you all have been concerned with Morocco. Y'all been concerned with what happened in Morocco. Y'all have been concerned with it. I'm gonna ask you all a question. Now, I know that y'all don't really care about what's going on in Morocco, but you act like you do. So my question is, on Morocco, but you got an elephant in the room. How are y'all focused on Morocco when you got an elephant in the room over here? Y'all done went way over there to Morocco, talk about the people being killed. And I told you all, y'all tell me America's racist, but America's not killing nobody coming into the country illegally. Y'all tell me that America is racist, but America's not killing people coming over here illegally. You all do know that folks can come to America illegally at the borders, right? You all know that folks choose to come in illegally. You know that, right? So you know that people can come in here legally, but they don't want to because they don't want to be on the books. Y'all do know that, right? Y'all do know that people can come here legally. There are legal points of entry to America, and these folks choose to come illegally. So these folks are choosing to break the law before they even coming over here. But America doesn't kill people that want to come into the country illegally like these other countries. You see, y'all think America is bad because y'all ain't been nowhere. Try to sneak into China and see what happens to you. Try to sneak into Mexico and see what happens to you. Try to sneak into any other country and see what happens to you. Try to sneak into any other country and see what happens to you. Now, what you all don't realize is that America is the best country in the world because you're going to get the best treatment here. Many of you are ran and raped by other countries, but y'all are making American money over in those countries. Make the money you make over here and go to them other countries and tell me if you love it. I bet you won't do that. I didn't cut my AC on. I don't know what. Got my nose stopped up. Good. Go to those other countries and make their money and stay over there and tell me if you like it. Y'all are making American money and going to a third world country so you can live like a king and a queen. It's not the same as you all living there on their income. It's already a false reality. America is the best country. That's why everybody wants to come over here. I don't care what these people tell you about America, they're not leaving. And when they go somewhere else, they're making American money. So that means that lets you know they can't live nowhere peacefully unless they got America with them. They got to make American money and bring it over there to live. Now, so the question is, why were the Moroccans not letting the Malians? Who are they? Who are they? Who are they? The Malilians. Dozens of immigrants, and it was more than dozens. It was so what they did was they attacked the fence. Now on the screen right here, you all can't see it on Facebook. I'm sorry, YouTube, but there's this big tall fence around Morocco's border, and basically the fence means don't climb the fence. You can't come in here. This is common sense. When you put a fence around your property, that means you're telling people, don't come in my property. So why are you all upset at someone trying to enter in someone's property where they already said don't come? The grace is the fence. These people actually hit the fence and knocked the fence down to get over to the country. And they got their head knocked off. Now you all are saying it's so bad. They killed the Africans in Morocco. We got to stop this. Okay, I got a few questions for y'all. First question, what are y'all going to do about it? What are you all going to do about them people in Morocco killing those people, forcing themselves into their country? Because they're telling them no. They're telling them stop, don't come, and they're still doing it. So what are y'all going to do about it? What are y'all going to do about what's happening to the Africans in Morocco trying to enter someone else's country illegally? What are y'all going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. Now, you all tell me that you all are being hunted down by the police over here. You all are being persecuted. It's just like slavery, all this stuff. So how many Africans have come over here and tried to help you all in the fight? How many Africans have come over here to help you all in this supposed hunting down by the police? None. So let's agree that when it comes to them being killed over there and y'all being killed over here, nobody's taking any action to help either side. So now we can agree that the Africans don't care about y'all and y'all don't care about the Africans. So why are we acting like we care about what's going on in Morocco and we really don't? Second question. Why are they fleeing their country? Why are the people in Melilla, why are they fleeing their country? I thought that all the Africans got along. I thought Africa was a utopia. I thought Africa was perfect. Why are the Melillians leaving their country? What are they running from? What are they running from? What are they running from? Why are the Africans risking their lives to go into a country where the people don't want them there? Why are they leaving their own people? Why? Why are they risking their life to go? Why? I'll tell you why. Because they're being oppressed by their own people. They lied to you all, and y'all believed it. They told you that oppression was just between white and black, and it's not. Oppression comes from who's in charge. In all these other countries, it's their people in charge oppressing their own people. It just looks different in America because y'all got an inferiority complex. But step outside these borders and everybody's hollering about oppression. I'm not done. I'm not done. So These folks on these gates, on these fences, trying to climb them, and the folks saying we don't want you in here, and the people saying we're going to go in here anyway. What do y'all want Morocco to do about it? What do y'all want Morocco to do about it? So this is what y'all want. This is how brainwashed and silly you are. You want Morocco to let these Africans come into their country by the thousands with no job, no health care, nowhere to stay. Who's going to take care of them? Who's going, if you all had a rental property and it was vacant and some homeless folk were sleeping in there and living in there, you all would be upset. If you all had some vacant property and there was some homeless people in that property, you all would be upset. No matter what color they were, you all would be upset because you would say, get out of my property. So what do y'all want Morocco to do? They don't have any money, no jobs, no nothing, nowhere to stay. What do y'all want Morocco to do? Y'all want Morocco to take care of them. And last I checked, if a man don't work, he don't eat. So where can I go in the world, go into a place and the people take care of me? Oh, I know where. It's America. The country that's the most racist, allow folks to come over here and America takes care of them. But y'all call America racist. But I bet you won't do what you do here over in Morocco. I bet y'all won't walk into Morocco like y'all do in America. Not y'all Moors either. I'm going to get on y'all Moors in a second. Because this is happening on y'all watch. I'm going to get on the Moors in a second because this happened on y'all watch. I'm showing pictures on the screen, you all, for YouTube. Pictures of them at the border trying to get over, being detained, all this stuff. But what do y'all want Morocco to do? Y'all want Morocco to take in all these people and take care of them for free. So who gonna pay for it? The government or the people? It ultimately, the bill rests on the people. So when all these folks coming over here to this country, y'all paying for it. But the Democrats, virtue signal y'all to death. So y'all think that every humanitarian cause is your responsibility. Meanwhile, the Democrats are telling you capitalism is bad, but all of them are capitalists. Why did they leave their country? Why did the Malilians leave their country? I'll tell you why. Because it was so bad in their country, being oppressed by their own people, that they said, we're going to risk our lives to go somewhere where we're not wanted. That's why they left. Because their own people that look like them oppressed them. The same way it is here. When anybody think about all of the people that have been in politics from our community since day one. And how many of them have looked out for the people? How many? We didn't have Obama. What did he do? We got Kamala. What did she do? And neither one of them are quote unquote black. Obama is Jewish and Kamala is Indian. Which should let you know it's a setup. They put on black face to get y'all, and it worked. So we see that oppression isn't about skin color, and oppression isn't about race. We see that oppression is about economics. It's about those in charge subjecting those that aren't in charge to adverse situations. But I'm going to still say this. We're all presented with a game in life. We're all presented with a game in life. It's your job to know how to play the game. What they're telling you is the game don't exist. You're oppressed. This is why the Democratic Party is so dangerous, because they give you all low self-esteem. They tell you all that you all are oppressed. You need them. They tell you all that we're the good white people. We're going to help you. Those are the bad white people. That's why they're dangerous, because they automatically create low self-esteem in all of you, because your history started with slavery. Your history started with slavery. And it lasted 200-something years. So the smallest existence of your existence, the smallest portion is slavery, and that's what they focus on. And you all fall for it. because you want to be woke. You want to be liberal. You want to be black. Be in lack, black. Now I'm going to show some pictures on here of all these people that are supposedly getting killed in Morocco. I got a whole bunch of pictures here because you know what I do, right? I know if it comes on in the media, I know it's a lie already. I know when it comes across the media and the media is giving me some information, I know it's already deception. If you don't go out there in the world and get your own information, then you're already being deceived. You have to work for your information. If somebody's giving you information, they're leading you somewhere. I know this. So I got the pictures on the screen right here where they're showing some people posing for the camera. Now, the folks on YouTube can't see it, but Instagram can. Do these people look scared, you all? Look, y'all. These are pictures taken from Morocco at the border, and the people are on here posing for the camera. Do they look scared? Do they look frightened? Why are they on here posing for the camera? Why are they throwing up signs? They throwing up signs, throwing up gangs. They throwing up gang signs. They throwing up gang signs. Listen, y'all. Let me find these pictures, man. Let me stop playing with y'all because y'all think. See what they tell you. They tell y'all I'm a sellout, I'm a coon, all that stuff. So what they do is they tell y'all I'm a coon, so you won't listen to what I'm saying. It's a tactic. It's a tactic. That's all. It's a tactic. I'm gonna show you one picture right here. Look, Facebook, YouTube. Look, it's hundreds of pictures of them posing for these cameras and chilling. Why is nobody afraid for their life? Somebody say they look happy to me. Throwing up. I got some more. Listen, I got some more pictures. Now they told y'all they getting slaughtered. It's slavery all over again. We got to do something. Nobody cares about black life. All this stuff. Got some more pictures up. I ain't done. Got some more pictures. Look at this. Look. Am I lying to y'all? Look at them. Are they chilling? You mean to tell me, look. There are hundreds of pictures of these folks. Now, they tell y'all these folks are getting destroyed, slaughtered, and all this stuff. But yet I got a whole bunch of pictures of these people posing for the camera. A whole bunch of people posing for the camera. Why are they so happy? They're getting killed. They're getting beat. Why are they so happy? They're getting arrested. Why are they posing for the gram? They doing it for love. You mean to tell me they rushed the Moroccan border for the gram? They rushed the Moroccan border for the gram? You can't trust the media. I got some more pictures. I got some more pictures, man. They in the pictures posing. Y'all told me they getting and they're in the pictures posing, having a good time. Well, wake your mind up. Look, throwing up gang signs. Look, y'all. Look, they throwing up. Look at them, throwing up gang signs. Look, y'all can see it on YouTube. But look, come on, y'all. I got some more pictures. Because listen, it's hundreds of pictures. When I tell you was, because I was scrolling like, wait a minute. Something don't look right. I said, why they thugging? It's so many pictures of them chilling. Somebody said where they paid. It seems like it. I'm seeing so many pictures of these folks chilling. Y'all told me they was getting slaughtered. They was getting bodies tossed. Y'all telling me all this stuff, but yet I'm seeing picture after picture after picture. Look, y'all. They chilling. Look. They smiling. All of them got six. You mean tell me all of them got 6 packs? They all in shape. Was they athletes? They all in shape. They all got six packs. They all got haircuts. Come on. They all in shape. They all got haircuts. What's going on? Seems like a setup to me, y'all. It seems like a setup to me. But y'all ain't going to do it, though. Y'all won't do this due diligence. He like Bobby Smurder chilling. Look at him chilling. Look. When I tell you, it's so many pictures of them chilling, celebrating. Look at this, y'all, on YouTube. Look, they chilling, having a good time. Y'all told me they was getting slaughtered. Why is there so many pictures of these dudes chilling, having a good time? Y'all told me they was getting, so you mean to tell me they watching their brother get slaughtered and they turn around and posing for the pics, for the gram? Somebody said maybe that's the basketball team. It must be. Come on, y'all. There should be no pictures of these people happy. There should be no, man, look at this. Hold up. It's pictures of them holding their flag up. Listen to me, man. They thugging. Got their flag. What we talking about? All y'all saw was that video of them throwing them people's bodies on top of each other, and y'all didn't even think it might be fake. They might just be playing dead. They might just be playing dead for y'all because y'all so silly. I got so many pictures. Look at them. I got so many pictures of these people posing for this camera at this border. So many pictures. So many pictures. Somebody says a music video. Y'all told me it was like slavery. They was getting killed. Look, there's a picture right here, right? Dude got hit in his forehead. He got some blood leaking out. Look. Got on Nike. Hold up. Y'all telling me these folks is poor and all this, but they got haircuts. You can always tell if someone's poor or not by their personal upkeep. Everybody has a haircut. They got a hairstyle. Got on Nike. This dude got a Nike t-shirt on in Africa. He got a Nike t-shirt on. Nike. They got on outfits, hats. They got on outfits. Who's going to rush a border in their outfit? Who's going to rush the border in their outfit? But they telling you all that I'm a sellout. Now look, these dudes right here, heads bust open. Everybody got a six-pack. What's he doing? They all got their teeth. What's he doing? Now the guy next to him got his head bust open, and he had the camera like this with his hands, like he just won a Super Bowl. The police right here, they smiling and posing in front of the camera, and y'all told me they was getting slaughtered. Somebody's lying. The man got both fingers up like this, like he just won the Super Bowl, and y'all told me they getting slaughtered. And one dude behind him is smiling. How they get all these great photos and they posing for the camera? That means the camera crew out there. That means it's a cameraman, and these people are posing for the camera. Why are these cameramen not showing nobody dead? Somebody said the officers are relaxed. Of course they relaxed. Ain't nothing going on. No body armor. Ain't nothing going on. Everybody got good skin. They got six packs. They in shape. They eating good. Somebody lying. Them dudes scaled a 30-foot fence. You got to be in shape to do that. You saw what happened when the Capitol, when the fake insurrection happened. They was climbing the wall and falling off. You got to be in shape to do that. You got to be in shape. So we can see this whole Morocco thing seems like one big psyop. But we fell for it because We fell for it because look at this. These dudes, listen to me, y'all. Y'all can't see this picture. These dudes are sitting here chilling and got on outfits. They chilling. Where's all the blood and the mayhem and the death and destruction? Where's it at? They looking at the camera like, what's up? This is no different than them, you know, them hood vlogs, and it'd be like the one rapper and all the dudes behind him. That's what it looked like. This guy right here in the front, like the rapper, and all the entourage behind him. He the millennium future right here and got his entourage behind him. They got headbands on, outfit. Look at the hair. Look at, they got hairstyles. I'm telling y'all, listen to me. It don't make sense. And even if it was real, what are you all gonna do about it? Somebody said no fear in their eyes. Look at them, they chilling. No fear. We seeing people smiling for they doing it for the gram. I love y'all. Now y'all realize when I do stuff like this, my people hate me. Look at this dude. Is he dancing, y'all? Are they dancing? Y'all can't see this picture. One dude walking through the crowd like this, like Michael Jackson, he used to walk through the crowd like this. One dude is doing a handstand like he break dancing. Other dudes in the back dancing, chilling. Everybody chilling. Look at this scene, y'all. Look at this scene. Do like this. He leading the pack like this. Look at this scene, y'all. Everybody chilling. Now, y'all just told me they was getting slaughtered at the border, and I'm watching the dude walk through the crowd like Michael Jackson. Dude behind him on the headstand doing the breakdance head spin. Dude back there laughing and joking. They chilling. This looks no different than a cookout or pool party. Like they just walking through chilling. And y'all told me they was getting slaughtered and destroyed. Look, y'all, having fun. Look, cracking jokes. Look, YouTube. Just go Google the pictures, you all, and you go see it. They're doing this. I'm telling y'all, it's a setup. They know if they show you all someone that looks like you going through something hard, you're going to automatically buy what they're telling you. It's a lie. They showing you people on the ground not moving. That don't mean they dead. Watch. Look, watch. Look. 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 It ain't hard. Look. It's easy. It's easy to do it. It's easy. It ain't hard. It ain't hard to act like this. It's easy. Y'all are already conditioned when you see the person's skin color to already buy into what they're doing. It's easy. It ain't hard. Listen, it's not hard. It's easy to get y'all. Lord, please, God, no. Oh, Lord. Y'all, it's easy. Because you see my skin color, you see my face, it's automatically real. Oh my God, Lord, no. It's easy. Not my baby. It's easy. See, they condition y'all with bad acting. All them black experts, because you know most of our films got bad acting. That's the problem. Most of our films, the acting is so terrible to where anybody can pretty much duplicate it with no kind of acting classes, no kind of training, no kind of nothing. We just the acting is so bad in our movies to where we just think it's horrible. You know, who was the lady that was talking about Trump? Talking about he threw his sandwich on her, like the way I'm like, but y'all can't tell bad acting because our acting is so horrible to where you can't even spot bad acting. I worked in the industry. I know somebody that can act and somebody that's acting. It's a difference. Somebody that can act and somebody that's acting. We caught up on the acting, on the theatrics. No. It's easy. It's easy. All you got to do is just show somebody from my community in pain or hurting, and just and they'll run with it. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy to do it. But you see, they out here dancing, they break dancing, so they put on a show. You told me they're getting slaughtered, but they out here break dancing, having a good time, laughing and joking, and y'all told me they was getting slaughtered. So clearly somebody's lying. There should be no pictures of anybody dancing or having a good time at the Moroccan border. Now let me get to the Moors. Now the Moors, this for the Moors right here. Now y'all was bragging about Morocco when it came to Michelle and Barack Obama walking by the flag. Now, y'all was bragging on the Morocco then, but now Morocco is killing your fellow brothers over in Africa. What you gonna do about it? What are the Moors gonna do about what's going on in Morocco? And better yet, if somebody want to go to war with the Moors, is Morocco going to help y'all? Is Morocco going to aid the Moors over here? A couple of months ago, some Moors got locked up for having guns, and I don't know what they was planning on doing. And they had all these guns in a Sprinter van. They was going somewhere, and the police got them. So did Morocco come and save them? Y'all was bragging about Barack Obama and Michelle Obama in front of this Moorish flag. So don't say it ain't y'all flag. Y'all was bragging about Hillary Clinton in front of this Moorish flag in Morocco. So don't say it ain't y'all flag. Y'all was bragging about Hillary Clinton in front of Morocco. So my question is Morocco going to come to the aid of the Moors in America? Now, we already know that you all are not going to do anything to Morocco about what they supposedly did to the Africans at the border. But are the Moroccans over there going to help the Moors over here? Oh, I get it. They're not the real Moors. Okay, so the people that got the country aren't the real Moors, but the folks that got the country took are the real Moors. That's the question. The people that have the country are not the real Moors, but the people that got their country took are the real Moors. Is that what we saying? Is that what we saying? This happened on the Moors' watch. This happened in Morocco, at the Moroccan border. What are the Moors going to do about it? What are the Moors going to do about what happened in Morocco? Y'all bragged about Hillary Clinton in front of the Moorish flag and American flag. Let me get back to it. Y'all bragged about Michelle Obama in front of the Moorish flag and American flag. Y'all did all this bragging about it, but now something bad has happened. What are the Moors going to do about it? I'm just asking a question. What are the Moors going to do? I'm asking. And I want y'all to tag some more, so I want clarification. That happened in Morocco. What are y'all going to do about it? And better yet, when y'all going to do stuff over here, why don't Morocco help y'all? Why does Morocco help you all? And why aren't you all holding Morocco in check over there in Africa? Somebody said, why Moors lose every fight? Always. Because this stuff isn't real. And how do we know it's not real? It's not real because of the results. When you go to the gym, this is why working out is so beneficial, because it shatters the notion of what's that word I'm looking for? Where you feel like you deserve something. You feel like you deserve I can't think of the word right now. But entitled. When you go to the gym, I don't care how entitled you are. That's why most of these new millennials coming up, they hate the gym. Because the gym doesn't reward them for not doing nothing like the society does. You know, in this day and age, you can say I'm trans and you get a celebration for just being something that you claim you was born as. But in that gym, you got to put the results in. So in that gym, you don't get the results unless you do the work. That's why it's very good for people to go out there and work out, so you can actually see that, you know what? Life is not about entitlement. I got to earn what I get. But why aren't the Moors holding Morocco accountable? And why does Morocco help the Moors over here? Why not? Y'all was bragging about Michelle in front of the flags, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, all that. This happened. This happened on the Moors' watch, and I ain't seen the Moors say nothing, and I ain't seen the Moors do nothing. Y'all should have booked plane tickets to Morocco immediately for what they did. Since y'all the Moors, since y'all got all the sovereignty and all the freedom to do what y'all want to do, y'all should have went to Morocco to see what was going on with your brothers being slaughtered by the Moroccans, who y'all say are fake Moroccans. They got the country, but they fake. Y'all ain't got nothing, but y'all real. Come on, man. Y'all should have been over there fighting for your people. They the fake Moors with the country. Y'all the real Moors with no country. I guess it makes sense. I guess it makes sense. But this is on the Moors' watch. So now let's get into somebody said not the Moor booty. Listen, I thought it was a good picture, you know, the Moor bathing suit. I thought it was a good picture. You know, I just had questions about this whole Moorish thing, you know, because when China comes over here, here's my question. When these other countries come over here and start invading, and there's no white folks to buffer the fight, that means it's them against Americans, and you on your every man for himself. I'm just curious to see how the Moors are going to respond with bullets flying. I'm just curious to see. Say not the Moor booty, but you know, more it's play on words, I guess. More booty, more booty. Yeah, I know. It's a joke. Let me go another photo. Listen, this picture shouldn't be sexual. This picture is about a bathing suit. It's the Moorish flag on the bathing suit. It's no different than when the girl was twerking with the American flag for BLM that one time. Y'all remember for King Day? She was twerking in front of the Capitol for BLM. Y'all remember that? You know, this ain't about the girl. This is about the Moors. I put this for the Moors. You know what I mean? I got a picture on the screen of Malcolm X. Now, my question is, who did Malcolm X had his gun for? And I've discussed this before, you all. This is the famous picture of Malcolm X at the window with the gun in his hand, assault rifle. Who did Malcolm X have this gun for? Who? Did he have it for the white people? This is a famous Malcolm X picture. The question is, did he have it for white people? I done seen this picture so many times when I was growing up, by any means necessary, and my whole life as a child, I thought he had the gun for the racist white people coming to get him. And then we find out that Malcolm X had to protect his family from his own people. They even threw a bomb in his children's bedroom, or tried to throw about a bedroom. They threw bombs in the house when his children were in the house. His wife and his children were in the house, and they was throwing bombs in the house. Now, y'all told me when they bombed the church, and was it in Selma, Alabama, where they bombed the church? Y'all still talk about those 4 little girls when that church got bombed. Just a few years later, they bombed this man's house with how many little girls in there and a woman? It was a family in there. And y'all didn't say nothing. They bombed the church, and the 4 little girls died, and y'all threw a fit, and they bombed Malcolm X's house, and y'all didn't say a word. His own people. And then they end up killing him. And then they end up killing him. He left the Nation of Islam, and he was dead something like 6 months later. You know why he was dead? Because the Nation of Islam, I don't care how y'all feel about it, is ran by the global powers. There ain't no independent organization. You think the NOI is an independent organization? Elijah Muhammad was flying around on private planes. You think there was an independent organization? I saw the documentary, and the same thing the media was saying about Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad was saying it too, word for word. I thought to myself, I said, what are the chances that Elijah Muhammad would have the same talking points as the racist white media? What are the chances that Elijah Muhammad would have the same talking points about Malcolm X as the same racist white media? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? If you ask me, my personal opinion, I don't believe any of this stuff. I don't believe in the civil rights movement, Nation of Islam, Black Panther Party, the freedom fighters, or freedom right, none of them. I know it's all a setup. It's all a setup because it's all about communism. If you look how Nation of Islam operates, it's communist. Black Panther is communist. Everything is communism because the goal is communism. One world government is communism. Universal income is communism. Anytime you see someone giving people orders of what to do with their life, it's communism. Everybody make the same amount of money. The Nation of Islam, everybody selling bean pies. Can they buy a house? How many folks in the Nation of Islam, active members, are able to purchase their own property? You mean to tell me this organization that's so organized, that's so for the people, and every member don't have a house? Every member don't have a car? Like, think about what I'm talking about. Economics. We talk about the black church and what they not doing, but what about the rest of these organizations that ain't doing nothing? You mean to tell me I got to sell bean pies for 75 years to make enough money to get a house? Y'all got me in this hot suit. Y'all got me in this hot suit selling bean, and I love bean pies. I love them, especially when I go over there off of Abernathy, on Lee Street in Abernathy. I used to have my little potter down there. He knew I was coming too. He used to give me a deal too. I don't know where they was baking them bean pies at, but man, they had the best bean pies. Oh my goodness. I'm talking about, fresh. I said, man, who's ever making these bean pies, please get him a hug for me, please. And then the Peter pandemic hit, and I went back and he was gone. Y'all telling me the NOI is woke, but Farrakhan makes everybody wear a mask. The mask is a part of the beast system. So y'all telling me the Nation of Islam is woke, but they believe there's really a virus. They believe it's really from God. You ain't woke. If you think this Peter pandemic is about God and a real virus, then you ain't woke. You don't know what's going on. You're not awakened. You still sleep. You still sleep. But my point is, the same way those Africans, I'm trying to, how do I block these? High user from channel. There we go. I'm sorry, y'all. I got some, Okay, I'm sorry. But the same way Malcolm X was trying to protect himself from his people is the same way the people in Malili were leaving their country to go to Morocco. It's the same thing. They got you all focused on color for a reason. And the reason is to control you. This is why I say to be black is to be controlled, because everything about being black is controllable. There's a controllable outcome to being black. That means when you're black, 9 out of 10, you're going to vote Democratic. 9 out of 10, you're going to believe in all these movements, LGBTQs, the trans, the abortion, the climate change. You're going to support all the agendas. You're gonna look to white liberals as your savior. To be black is to be controlled. I don't just say it just to say it. I mean it because I saw it. I saw easily that we're swayed by just someone saying racism. Somebody said when you're black, your main enemy is white, but not your main enemy is white. When you're black, you're inferior to white because you're not just black equal to white. You're black being oppressed by white, which makes you inferior. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about earlier about what the Smithsonian put out. The NMAAHC, Aspects and Assumptions of Whiteness and White Culture in the United States. These are the things they said were white. Self-reliance, independence. Individuals could assume control of their own environment. The nuclear family, father, mother, child. Husband as the breadwinner, wife as the homemaker. Children have their own room, can be independent. Objective and rational when thinking. Cause and effect relationships. These are what they said was white. Listen to me. Listen. Self-reliance, independence, control of your own environment, family with mother, father, and children, husband as the breadwinner, wife as the homemaker, children with their own room and independent, objective, rational thinking, cause and effect relationships, hardworking. They said all of these things are whiteness. All of these core values that everybody should have is just for white people. Hard work is the key to success is white. Work before playing is white. If you didn't meet your goals, you didn't work hard enough, or white is white. These are white. They're saying this is whiteness. So that means what's blackness? It's the opposite of this. So when they're talking on TV, they're telling you to do the opposite. Wealth equals worth. Your job is who you are. Respect authority. Heavy value on ownership of goods. This is all things that my people love. They love bringing their degrees up, what they do for a living, how much money they got. This is what we do. It's a whole culture of music designed to stunt and flex. So clearly, this can't be a white thing. They said this is white as well. Plan for the future, delay gratification, progress is always best, tomorrow will be better. They said this is whiteness. Follow a time schedule, rigid time schedule. Time is viewed as a commodity. This is whiteness. So what are they telling you, black people? What are they telling you, black people? Justice, based on English common law, protect property and entitlements, intent counts. They're saying intent counts as whiteness. Intent counts as whiteness. I'm gonna come back in a second. Competition, being number one, win at all costs, winner/loser dichotomy, action orientated, master and control of nature, must do something always in situation, decision making. They said this is all whiteness. They even said don't discuss personal life is whiteness. Avoid conflict is whiteness. Avoiding conflict is whiteness. Don't show emotion is whiteness. Don't discuss personal life is whiteness. Be polite is whiteness. Being polite is white. What are they telling my people? This is from the Smithsonian. This is real. They put this out. And I didn't see one black woke person say anything bad about it. I'll be right back. Instagram, my time's about to run out. Give me 1 second, y'all. Ooh, I used to eat them. I used to eat them hot wings, y'all. Ooh, I miss hot wings. I ain't gonna lie. I miss hot wings. Listen to me, y'all. I miss hot wings, and I'm not going to lie. Listen, y'all. I miss hot wings, and I'm not gonna lie. But I'm just telling you all, I'm gonna run through it one more time and I'm gonna be done with it. This is what the Smithsonian put out to talk about what whiteness was. And I'm going to list off what they said was whiteness, which means blackness is the opposite. I stopped eating chicken because they putting too much hormones and stuff in the foods. I don't want that stuff in my body no more. So unless I could find me a farm raised chicken, which I gotta see it myself being farm raised, then no. But you know, them hot wings was good. But the Smithsonian put out this, and it's talking about race, aspects and assumptions of whiteness and white culture in the United States. Now, this is what the Smithsonian put out, and there was no outrage from our community. This is what they said whiteness was: self-reliance, independence, individuals that assume control of their environment. You get what you deserve. The nuclear family, father, mother, and children. Husband as the breadwinner, head of household. Wife as the homemaker. Children should have their own room and be independent. These are all things they said were whiteness and white culture, which means these things are bad. What they're saying in this is they're telling black people to do the opposite. Work hard is the key to success. Work before play. If you didn't meet your goals, you didn't work hard enough. It's just whiteness. Anything Christian. Tolerance for devotion. No tolerance or deviation from a single God concept. Wealth is worth. Your job is who you are. Respect authority. Heavy value on ownership of goods, space, and property, which is what we do all the time. Everybody do it. But that's whiteness. Follow a rigid time schedule. Time is a commodity. They're saying this is whiteness. They're saying being successful in life is white. So then that means being unsuccessful in life should be black. Really what they're saying is if you're successful in life, you're either racist or you a sellout. Planning for the future, white. Delayed gratification, white. Progress is always best, white. Tomorrow will be better is white. They're saying all the good things of life, everything a person should be is white. What are they telling you, black people? This is why I say you shouldn't be black, because what it means to be black is the opposite of all this stuff, and they're clearly telling you this. You can look this up. They're saying that justice should be based on intent counts. You should be able to protect your property and your entitlements. This is whiteness. Competition, be number one, is whiteness. Being number one is whiteness. Win at all costs, that's whiteness. Winner and loser dichotomy, that's whiteness. Action orientated. Master and control of nature. Must always do something about a situation. Decision making. Avoiding conflict is whiteness. Don't show emotions, whiteness. Don't discuss personal life, is whiteness. Be polite, is whiteness. This is everything they're telling you is good about a person or about the world. They're telling black people don't be it. Don't do it. And when I dare look this stuff up and come bring it to you all they can tell you is I'm a sellout. Now you see why they're telling you that I'm a sellout, and it's because they want you all to not listen to what I'm saying because they know that the truth is going to set you all free. The truth is going to set you all free. This is why they don't want you to listen to me, because I'm going to tell you the truth. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to want to hear it, but it's going to be the truth. The Smithsonian put this out, and it literally said, being a good person is white, then that means that being a bad person is black. And if you're white and a good person, you're racist. If you're black and a good person, you're a sellout, which means if you're black and a bad person, you're doing good. This is satanic. This is why the whole racism narrative should be discarded and destroyed. We shouldn't be listening to anybody talking about racism, because when they talk about racism, they're telling you that being polite is white and racist. Being polite, the last thing on their list is being polite is white and racist. To be polite. Y'all are worried about what's going on in Morocco, and you got bigger fish to fry over here. But all they can do is tell you all that I'm a sellout. That's all they can do. I got people on here trolling my account because I'm telling the truth. Because I'm telling the truth. They put out something that said, basically, being an honorable, hardworking, respecting person, having character is white. So in other words, you shouldn't try to be a good person. Just be a heathen and a demon and everything will work out fine for you. This is what these white liberals are doing. Malcolm X said it best: the most dangerous thing in the world in the Western Hemisphere is a white liberal. And it's 100% correct. I'm going to make somebody a moderator real quick. Who could be a moderator on YouTube for me? So I can, maybe I can make Katie a moderator. Let me see. Yeah. I made you a moderator, Katie. Please, if you can. It won't let me block. It just says you can put user, you can hide user in this channel, but it won't let me block though. Anyway, so at the end of the day, they're telling you that everything that's good is bad and everything that's bad is good. Right. Obama is Jewish. He's not black. He's Jewish. His mother's Jewish. In their culture, if your mother's Jewish, you're Jewish. The bloodline comes through the mother. So that's why he's never, Kamala's Indian. But again, to be black is to be controlled, so someone can just play black and be black. This is a good one. I like the picture. I got a picture of a raccoon with a piece of chicken in his mouth. Now, this is what a lot of my people see this. A lot of my people see me as a raccoon with a piece of chicken in my mouth. But against your favorite woke person, I guarantee I'm going to expose them. I guarantee what they're talking about not only is not real, it's solution based. It's not even solution based. Right. Kamala's Black Girl Magic. Ketanji Brown said she couldn't define a woman, which means she doesn't believe in family. If you can't define a woman, you don't believe in being a wife. If you don't believe in being a wife, you don't believe in a husband. Like, all this stuff goes to destroying the family. So if you tell me you can't define what a woman is, you don't believe in family. You don't believe in family. But I got a picture of a raccoon on here with a piece of chicken in his mouth. This is what they claim that I am. That I'm this coon running around stealing chicken. And the funny thing is, I actually love raccoons though. The irony is I think they're excellent pets to me, in my opinion. I love raccoons. So talk about R. Kelly real quick before I go. Now, R. Kelly got 30 years. R. Kelly got 30 years. Now, R. Kelly was wrong. He was out of pocket. He was flagrant. He was everything a man shouldn't be. Even if the parents was a part of it, which they were, even if the young girls were fast, which they were, even if everybody knew, which they did, even with all of this, R. Kelly was still wrong. And he was wrong because that's not what a man is supposed to do. To whom much is given, that much more is required. So R. Kelly was supposed to be a man with all of that power. But what the problem is, when it comes to us and black culture is not built on men being men. This is why black culture is going to be taken over by the LGBTQP, don't forget X, Y, and Z community. This is why black culture is so easily infiltrated. It's because it's not built on things that are honorable, things of principle, things of character, things of actual value. So R. Kelly did it to himself because he knew right from wrong. Now, the parents knew, the girls knew, the folks working for him, everybody knew what was going on, but everybody was getting something out of it. Everybody was getting something out of it. Sparkle even brought her niece to R. Kelly. Sparkle brought her niece to R. Kelly, and nobody said a word about it. She brought her niece to R. Kelly, even though she saw what he was doing. She brought her niece to R. Kelly, and nobody condemns Sparkle for that. Nobody. You know why? Because Sparkle is black girl magic, and you can't hold black girl magic accountable. So that means Sparkle can supply R. Kelly with victims, just like Ghislaine Maxwell supplied them to Epstein. Like, it's the same thing. On the big scheme of things, it's the exact same thing. The only difference is they're white and you're black. So if black people do it, you got an excuse for them. If white folks do it, they're the worst thing ever. But R. Kelly was supposed to be a man with all this power because men are to lead. This is why they want the family destroyed. This is why they want men feminine. It's because men lead. A real man's going to be righteous by default because he's going to put his family before himself, his community before himself. This is why they want men to be weak and soft, wearing a dress, high heels, and wigs. This is why they want. That's why they want men with butt shots. This is why they want it. There was a guy coming to my gym, and he was about he about like 6'5", 6'6". Had butt shots. Oh, just and he had it was like a spirit on his, it's like a spirit though. Cause I swear, like he would never walk, he would just be like floating. Y'all ever seen Dark Side? He just float like he just be floating, standing up. And like he was just floating across the gym. Not lifting weights or whatever, but he would butt shots, long dreads, but he just had a spirit, just a dark spirit on him. Like he just hovering, just like he. But that's what they want men to be, though. Because that type of man is not going to defend nothing. He ain't going to build nothing. All he going to do is destroy. If a man is not a man, all he's going to do is destroy. If a grown man is not a man, if an adult male is not a man, he is going to destroy. He's going to torture women, children, and other men. If you don't believe me, look at all these immature adults out here that are men and see how they wreak havoc on society. Look at all these men out here that are grown, that are adults in age, and look how they wreak havoc on society. If a man is not a man at an adult age, he is going to destroy. He's going to attack women, children, and other men. This is why you either got a wise, a prudent man or a foolish man. You see, God deals with absolutes. God don't deal with the gray area. The gray area is for Satan. Everything else is God. That's why, guys, you can be hot or cold. I'd rather you be hot or cold, just don't be in the middle. Because if you in the middle, I'm going to spit you out of my mouth because you're an abomination trying to play both sides of the fence. No, that's a coward. And that's a problem with the world today. The problem with the world today is we got a bunch of people trying to stay in the gray area. The gray area is chaos. You're telling me that you're a woman on one hand, but you can't define a woman. It's chaos. You telling me I'm a woman. Okay, what's a woman? I don't know. So men are supposed to lead. Men are supposed to guide, provide, and assume all the responsibility. This is what men are supposed to do. This is not what R. Kelly did. R. Kelly was a father. He was a husband. Those two things alone should have made him change his act up. Being a father and a husband should have made R. Kelly change his act up, but he didn't. He still ruined people's lives. Even when someone is consenting, even when someone is coming to you as a willing participant, you still have the responsibility. Even if someone is telling you, take my money, take my life, take my body, you still have the responsibility. You still have it. So at the end of the day, all this boiled down to R. Kelly not wanting to be a man. He was an adult male, but he wasn't a man. And now he got to pay the consequence. It's time to pay the piper. You had 30 years of doing what you want to do. Now you're going to sit down for 30 years. And guess what? He deserves it. Now, everyone else deserves it too. Everyone else deserves it too, but he deserves it as well. I don't feel sorry for R. Kelly. I don't feel sorry for R. Kelly. Yeah, he was lustful. He was lustful. Listen, a man has to conquer his lust. And lust is not just with his penis, it's also with his lust for power and to be in control and to be the man. Lust is a spirit. It's not picking and choosing what you're going to be lustful about. It's just lust. And a man has to deal with it. I said a man has to deal with lust. He got to deal with lust. You people tell me two men together is wrong, but they like two girls together. It's still the same spirit. It's the same spirit. If you telling me that two men together is wrong, then so is with two women. It's the same spirit. Y'all think it's different because it looks different. It's the same spirit. Everything is spiritual. So the lust portion of it, a man got to deal with his lust. That's his lust to conquer. His lust to be with a bunch of women. His lust to be in power and control. A man got to deal with that. And if he don't, he going to end up like R. Kelly. He's going to end up like R. Kelly. Someone said it's the same perversion. It is the same perversion. And this is why manhood is so important. And I realized as I got older, as a man, you don't have the luxury of making excuses. Because your role is not excuse-based. You don't have the luxury of it because if you're making excuses, everybody's going to suffer. And that's why our community is really suffering because the men in our community are making excuses. It's everybody else's fault except their own and where they dropped the ball. During slavery, they told you all that the slave master was taking the slave's wife and raping her. Now, I'm going to say this to you right now, and it's going to sound bad, but oh well. They would stop doing it if every time they did it, somebody died. Okay. So in other words, what I'm saying is people treat you how you allow them to treat you. Ain't nobody forcing nothing on you. So when the master came in to grab your wife, you could have cut his head off. Because living as a man and your wife is being raped at random and at leisure, you're going to die anyway. Every time that slave master grabs a woman and rapes her, you dead anyway. You dying every time. So to me, just die once. Every time he grabs your wife, you dead. Every time she looks in your eyes, you dead. So at the end of the day, y'all love this slavery thing so much, and y'all don't even know no details about it. But if I'm gonna go with that narrative of the slave master coming in and raping at leisure when he felt like it, as a man, if you don't cut his head off, you already dead. So at the end of the day, people treat you how you allow them to treat you. So if staying alive at that cost was what you wanted, then guess what? You deserved it. You mean to tell me you want to live and be somebody's slave or die and be a hero? You mean to tell me you want to live as somebody's slave, as somebody's footstool, or rather you, instead of wanting to die as a hero? Well, that's the problem then. You was a coward. There was all a bunch of cowards. They were all a bunch of cowards. And I know it sounds bad. Oh, Blanche, you caping for the white. If a man is walking into your house, taking your woman, it's one thing to make you work for free. It's one thing to make you work for free. But to take your wife and rape her and take your children and sell them off, no. You already dead. You already dead. Because that's not living. People are going to treat you how you allow them to treat you. It is your job to set the standard for how you are treated. So if you feel like white people are picking on you in America, then do something about it. Because what history has taught me is that when you all are faced with adversity, you let your wife go on there and sleep with the slave master when you should have cut his head off. Because if everybody cut somebody's head off, they would stop doing it. Trust me. If all the slaves said we ain't working, they had to stop slavery. These are simple concepts. If everybody said we not taking the snake bite, then they can't put the snake bite out there. These are easy concepts. If everybody said stop spraying chemtrails in the sky, they got to stop. These are easy concepts. So what I'm telling you is that if you are a slave, it's by choice. If you are a slave, it's by choice. It's by choice. It's by choice. They say, well, the Bible was used to enslave, to deceive black people, keep them enslaved. To keep them enslaved. So if that's the case, then why was there a slave Bible given to the slaves? Why they remove 80% of the Bible? You know, the slave Bible was 20% of the Bible. You know that, right? So the slave Bible that they had back then is not the slave Bible they have today. So y'all want to say it's slavery. So the King James Bible. Hold on, let me get this so this Bible right here, take out 80% of this, and that's a slave Bible. So my question to you all is, if the Bible was all about slavery, then why would they have to remove 80% of it? If the Bible was about slavery, then why did they have to remove 80% of it to give it to some slaves who couldn't read? Y'all believe this slavery story? They took out 80% of the Bible and gave it to some people that can't read. Y'all believe that? I'm going to ask y'all again. They had a Bible. They removed 80% of it and gave it to some people who couldn't read. Does that make sense to you all? Does it make sense? It don't make sense. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. They say, well, oh, it says in the Bible, slaves obey your master. Right? Right? That's what it say, right? Slaves obey your master, right? That's what everybody hang on to. Right? So I'm asking you a question. We just established that people treat you how you allow them to treat you. So again, if your job told you get the snake bite or you got to go and you chose to stay, then guess what? You got to get the snake bite because that's honorable, right? If your job said you got to get the snake bite to work here and you said, I still want to work here. So the agreement is you get the snake bite. That's honorable because you agreeing to the terms. Servants, be obedient to them that you are masters, that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, in singleness of your heart as unto Christ. So if you're a servant, now I want to give you all context. If you're a servant in life, who are you really serving? Give me an example of a servant in life. So if you're a servant, it's by choice. So if you choose to be a servant, you can't choose to be a servant and then choose to be and try to be rebellious. You chose to be a servant. This says servants be obedient. It didn't say everybody. It says servants. If you choose to be a servant, then be obedient. If you choose to be an employee, then be obedient. We got public service now. Police officers, somebody put it on here. Police officers, firemen, city workers. Like we got public service. If you don't want to be a servant, then don't be a servant. But if you're going to be a servant, you got to be honorable. You got to be honorable. So at the end of the day, postman, exactly. You got to be honorable. So servants being obedient to the master is an honorable principle because you chose to be a servant. So when that master comes down into the slave quarters and takes your wife, you got a choice. You can say at that moment, I don't want to be a slave no more. I don't want to be a slave. I remember working with, some at-risk youth, ages, let's say ages 12 to 20, right? Really at-risk youth, really felons, all that stuff. We used to have a saying where, if they really got out of control and they really would say this about that, we would say, we'll drop our badge. Like we just, dropping the badge meant it's every man for himself now. We're going to do this thing man on man. Because some of them kids was 18, 19, 20. So they wasn't no. So, but when we say drop the badge, we meant, it's whatever now. I'm willing to lose it all now. But it was an honor thing though. Because at some point in time, the principles was violated. I was being violated as a person. So now forget the job. Now it ain't about the job. Now, if you were a slave, you consented to being a slave. You consented to that. But when it comes to your wife and she getting raped every other day, You got a choice to make. You got a choice to make. So my whole point to all of this is that this realm is a free will. God gave us the greatest gift God could ever give us, and that's free will. And everybody got a choice to make. And R. Kelly chose. And he got the results he chose. Now we got Ghislaine Maxwell. She got 20 years. I'm going to ask you a question. Where's the list? And guess what? I'm not afraid to say it. The ancestors, everybody talk about the ancestors. I'm like, they was cowards though. They was cowards. Think about it. Most of the slaves, let y'all tell it, was just slaves. They just were slaves. They didn't, most people didn't buck. They just were slaves. They was cowards. They was cowards. Where the list? It should have been people in America tearing the courthouse down for that Ghislaine Maxwell list. Why is nobody protesting for the list? Y'all out there fighting for abortion, but you're not fighting for the list of the sex traffickers. Y'all are out there fighting for abortion, but you're not fighting for the list with all your favorite people on it, participating in sex trafficking, sleeping with children. Why are you all not tearing the streets up behind that list? Where's the uproar? Y'all are outside right now. Y'all on social media, mad about what's going on in Morocco. Y'all in the streets, wanting to abort your baby, but you're not mad at the list with all your favorite people on there. But I know why you're not upset, because you don't want the image of your favorite people tarnished, because you still worship and idolize them. So you don't want to see your people on there on that list that you look up to and love, and gotta make an account for you loving them and idolizing them. You see, the problem is it's about character. And y'all know if they expose your favorites on that list, and listen, I've seen some people on that flight list. I've seen some people now. Bill Gates tried to lie about it. Bill Gates tried to lie about it until his staff was like, see what happened is they interviewed Bill Gates' staff separate from him. So he was telling the people, I've never been with the guy. I don't know who he is really. His staff said, nah, he on this plane a lot. Now, Bill Gates got all this money, but he's flying on Epstein's plane. Now, Bill Gates, yep, Chris Tucker too. Now, Bill Gates got all that money, and he was taking a flight with Epstein on his plane. Why? Why couldn't Bill Gates fly over to the island by himself on his own plane? Bill Gates lied about being friends with Epstein. And then when they got uncovered that he was, his excuse was, oh, I believe in giving people second chances. Keep in mind, at the time that Bill Gates was hanging with Epstein, Epstein was a convicted sex offender in multiple states. You can look this up. All you all got to do is read. All you got to do is read. Okay, since we don't have the list, let's see who was on that plane. Who was on the Epstein plane? Who was on the Epstein plane? So I can go ahead and shatter y'all notions of y'all idols right now. I can go ahead and destroy that right now. Who was on Epstein's plane? Who was on Epstein's plane? We don't need the list. We need the flight log. I want to see images. I want to see images because Newsweek has a list. So far, they got. I see Trump. I see Bill Gates. I see Epstein. I see Bill Clinton. So we got Trump, Bill Gates, Kevin Spacey, and Bill Clinton. Who else on the list? There's some more folks on the list. We ain't gonna just stop there. 'Cause I want y'all favorites on the list. Because we don't see enough of y'all favorites on the list. I want y'all favorites on the list. Because there's one thing, and it was like images, and it had all them pictures of the people that's on that list. Who was on the Epstein flight log, maybe? You know, Newsweek gonna show you Bill Clinton and Trump and Kevin Spacey, everybody that's conveniently everybody that's accused of doing something sexual, you know. Okay, let me see who I got here. I got I don't know about this list. I don't know who these people are. Trying to find some. There was I don't know, I can't find it, man. But there was uh-oh. Got King Salman, got Naomi Campbell, got Charlie Rose, got Andrew Cuomo, got Courtney Love, got Prince Andrew, got Eva Anderson Dubbin. Like we got some people on that list now. Even Naomi Campbell. Thought she was woke. She ain't woke no more. Ooh, got Chris Tucker on there. Got some folks on there now. Now, what was Chris Tucker doing on that plane? And oh man. Okay, we got Kathy Griffin. I need a better picture. I'm gonna go through the list real quick. I'm gonna go through this list real quick. Oh well, it ain't popping up on here for some reason. But I can't. It's kind of blurry. But I got okay. It's what we got, y'all. Real quick, we got Alec Baldwin, Anderson Cooper, Barack Obama, Ben Affleck, Beyonce Knowles, Ben Affleck, Chelsea Handler, Chrissy Teigen, Demi Moore. It's kind of hard. James Franco, James Gunn, Jim Carrey, Jimmy Kimmel, John Legend, Katy Perry. I'm trying to get people that we might know. Mark Epstein, Meryl Streep, Oprah Winfrey, Quentin Tarantino, Ralph Ellison, Ray Barzana, Robert Downey Jr., um, Seth Green, Sean Carter. That's Jay-Z, y'all. Steven Spielberg, Steven Tyler, Tom Hanks, Will Ferrell, Will Smith, Woody Allen. So basically, all your favorite people, were on Epstein's plane. All your favorite people, and so you know, yeah, all your favorite people. So this is why the list didn't come out. This is why, because now, and honestly, for many of you all, it's best that the list didn't come out because you all will be fighting to cancel your favorites. Y'all don't have enough character to cancel Beyonce and Jay-Z. Y'all don't have enough character to do it. Y'all don't have enough character to cancel Beyonce and Barack Obama. So it's best the list didn't come out. If the list had to come out, all of the black heroes get towed down. Speaking of Beyonce, now Beyonce appeared on two horses. She didn't appear on this red horse and on this pale horse. These two horses. But yeah, it's best the list didn't come out because the way y'all defended Ketanji Brown, the way she was defending the pedophiles, it would have been worse with these celebrities. It'd have been because y'all were disgusting with Ketanji Brown. Y'all were disgusting with Ketanji. It'd have been worse with these celebrities on these lists. But speaking of Beyonce's on these two horses, you got two more horses to go, right? Dude, can somebody moderate? Who can moderate this? Can you moderate this page, Miss Howard? Let me add Miss Howard as a moderator. I'm making you a moderator, Miss Howard. So this stuff block anything moving. Let's see the four horses. Now let's see. Now the four horsemen. Now, okay. So the pale horse is the conqueror. The red horse is the peacebreaker. The dark horse is famine. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. Let me start over. The white horse is the conqueror. The red horse is the peacebreaker. The dark horse is famine, and the pale horse is death. Now you notice this could be considered the pale horse right here is death, and you see that she's showing her body. It's a distraction. So we have we have war, famine, pestilence, and death. And on one of these drawings I see, they have the four horsemen as women. They have the four horsemen as women on this one. It's women. They're showing women. I don't know if you can see it, but it shows it as women. So this might be why they chose Beyonce to do it. But let's see about the four horsemen in the scriptures. Let's see. Now, Beyonce is your favorite. but she on these horses. So you know now that Beyonce is working with Satan. She's ushering in this for the Antichrist. This is all for the Antichrist. Revelation 6. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, and one of the four beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. So that white horse is for conquering. And the person on there had a bow. Now, I'm going to just say rainbow, bow, conquer, LGBTQP, don't forget X, Y, and Z community. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. Now, ironically, Satan would choose a bow to conquer. Ironically, if you think about it, the LGBTQP, don't be XYZ community is conquering. Their goal is not to be inclusive, or they use words like being inclusive or tolerant or being represented. The goal of the LGBTQP, don't be XYZ community is to conquer. The goal is to conquer. These horsemen are about conquest because they're they're riding on a horse, ushering in something. Think about a horse leading something, where they say the horse leads the charge. These horses are leading something. So what is Beyonce telling you? Now you all are saying, oh, she's so lit. She looks so good. Slay girl, all this. And she's literally ushering in the Antichrist. And y'all just celebrating it. Oh, girl, look at her. Where the beehive at? Somebody tag the beehive in this video. Tag the beehive in this video. And when he opened, hold on, let me go. And there went out another horse that was red. We talked about the red horse. And when he opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hands. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. That sounds prophetic right there. That sounds like the economy, don't it? Think about this. Listen now. And I heard a voice in the midst of the fourth beast say, A measure of wheat for 1 penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see that thou hurt not the oil and the wine. What does that mean? That sounds like the economy being unbalanced. That's what it sounds like. That's what that sounds like. That sounds like the black horse coming to usher in the destruction of the economy. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Back then, the oil was for the lamps, keep the lamp lit, and the wine was for the pleasure. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, Come and see. Now, I want you all to imagine this. Imagine Beyonce. What is she really saying? She's really saying, look at me, right? She's really saying what the beast is saying. The beast is saying, come look at me. Look at me. On the red horse, which is war, death, and destruction, she has on a black dress. On the pale horse right here, which is where's the pale horse? My bad. We ain't got to it yet. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So this pale horse, now keep in mind, the worst horse of all is the pale horse. And on the worst horse, Beyonce is on there showing you her body. So the biggest distraction is coming from the worst horse. I said the biggest distraction is coming from the worst horse. She's showing you her breast implants. Look like she got breast implants. Look like Beyonce got breast implants. It would look like to me. But she's showing you. Somebody said Jay-Z mom is gay. She sure is. She looked like it. She looked like it to me. Somebody said the pale horse means to have nothing. Exactly. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? So your favorite Beyonce is working for the system. Somebody said it, you'll own nothing. Somebody else said it, you'll own nothing and be happy. So they're already telling you what they're going to do because they have to get your consent. So from now on, when you all celebrate Beyonce, you're celebrating death, destruction, damnation, famine, everything bad. Because she's representing that with these horses. I said, she's telling you all of that. She's with what's going on because she's giving it to you all. And on the worst horse of all, she got her titties out. So y'all can look at her titties and say how good her body looked. Her body looks snatched. Meanwhile, she's on a horse coming to snatch your soul. Her body is snatched, but she want to snatch your soul. This is Beyonce now. Y'all love her so much. Sasha Fierce, right? When she embodies that Sasha Fierce entity, that evil spirit, that demon, Sasha Fierce. It's a video of her dancing, and you can see her face, do like a little face change. Y'all seen the movie Devil's Advocate, where their face was changing when the girl looked at him? She did a face change. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, she got some new breasts. She snatched. She snatched. She snatched. But let's go back to Morocco where we started. Let's go back to Morocco. Back to Morocco again. You see these guys smiling and chilling. Everybody walking, having a good time. The media showed you bodies, dead bodies getting thrown and tossed and all this. And then you go to Google Images, and all the photographers catching them walking and chilling, having a good time with outfits on. The old saying goes that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Earlier, for y'all that just tuned in, I put a whole bunch of pictures up of the people at the Moroccan border laughing and smiling and posing for the camera, even though they said they was getting slaughtered. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Somebody said, yeah, right, Gio. I said, where the Moors at? I said, where the Moors at? Nowhere to be found. The Moors were nowhere to be found when their brothers was over there getting slaughtered by the Moroccans under their flag. Under that flag. So, but again, you see the people in Morocco laughing and smiling and joking, posing for the camera. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. We got to be wise as serpents, but as harmless as doves. That means we got to have all the knowledge, the information, and understanding, and we still got to have character. Wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. The dove represents Christ. We got to be wise and have information and all this stuff, but we still got to have character. And the problem is most of these groups are functioning off of a whole bunch of information and knowledge, but no character. That's why the Moors ain't going to work. The Hebrew Israelites ain't going to work. The Nation of Islam ain't work. The Black Panthers didn't work. Civil rights movement didn't work. None of these movements are going to work because the people don't have any character. They got a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of information, but they ain't got no character. And it's never going to work. It's never going to work. But at the end of the day, you can see that if you go to Google and look at all these images, you see all these Africans going to Morocco, laughing, smiling, giggling, joking, and posing for the camera. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. And I already showed y'all my acting skills earlier. I already showed how they can show you somebody's dead and not really be dead. They can show you something that they can make you believe anything through that television screen. They can show you anything through that television screen. Anything. I've worked in the industry for years. None of it's real. It's all scripted. I can look at something and tell when I saw that stuff at that border with them folks being pounded on top of each other, I said, man, let me go look this up. This don't look real. Because I know what acting looks like. I know what a person that's able to act, and I know when a person is acting. Two different things. A person that can act and a person that's acting. They're two different things. And you got to have discernment to notice the difference. It's all fake. That's right. The Peter pandemic tricked the whole world. The whole world fell for the Peter pandemic. The whole world fell for that Peter pandemic. Now, meanwhile, I got 2 minutes left. This is what's real, is Joe Biden. Joe Biden is what's real. He's the elephant in the room, not what's going on in Morocco. See, y'all like to jump from topic to topic. The elephant in the room is Biden, because Biden is terrorizing us. Biden. So if y'all had a fraction of the energy that y'all have for Trump, for Joe Biden, everything would be different. Everything would be different. If y'all had a fraction of the energy y'all have for Donald Trump, just a fraction of it, and y'all had that same energy with Joe Biden, everything would be different. Joe Biden is right. Joe Biden is terrorizing the country, terrorizing it. And he got elected off of saying, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or for Trump, you ain't black. That actually got him elected. He is literally going to usher in the Antichrist. And I don't believe we're going to have another election. I don't believe it. But y'all can't keep the same energy, because the difference is when you're a Democrat on the people level, you ain't gonna be accountable. On a personal level as being Democrat, your foundation is you're not gonna be accountable. So there's no way you all can hold Joe Biden accountable if you can't hold yourself accountable? And don't get me started on black culture. And once the world adopts black culture, once the world acts like black culture, that's when the world will cease to exist. I love y'all.